What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of My Hero Academia Season 4, ladies and gentlemen. Yo. This episode was fucking amazing, man. We finally got to see Eri at the end credits, which I was with the guy like, because the Hero Walker Twitter account usually posts screenshots from the episode, and like right before the episode airs. And one of them had Eri in them, and they also posted the animation still of it on their Instagram as well. So I was like, alright, Eri's in there, but this is gonna be hot. And then the episode happened, and we did see her, and then the end credits started. I was like, wait, what the fuck? There's no Eri. Y'all pulled the screenshots of her, what the fuck? And then she ended up being the post-credit scene, man. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, we'll get talking about that when we get there, ladies and gentlemen. But, of course, this is Hiroaka controversy! Yes! So this week, people were bitching about the tickle machine. I don't know why. Vaguely looks like torture. I loved how this is only anime because nobody was bitching about this when they aired the manga. Gee, I wonder why. It's because only real Hiroaka fans also read the manga, like ya boy. And there are people calling Overhaul transphobic for killing what's his name. The idiocy of these fucking people. It astounds me. I feel like I'm getting dumber just talking about this, ladies and gentlemen. This community fucking sickens me. I hate this community. I'm legitimately embarrassed to be a Hiroaka fan. Because of these fucking people. I love Chibi's video. He told this where he just buried these idiots and just treated them like idiots. I loved it, man. It was great. It was like, y'all know he's a pretty formidable foe, right? I mean, just look at his rap sheet. 3 murders, and was 10 attempted murders, was it? And 15 cases of armed robbery or something. The man has a decent rap sheet. Expect Overhaul to not fight back. These fucking people, man. These idiots. Legit, I think we should start taking bets. Legit, who do you think will be the controversy this week? Everybody in the comments, place your bets. What will people be bitching about this week on Twitter? My money, it's either going to be about Eri, maybe about Izuku's jumping, or it's going to be about that little sketch Horikoshi puts on Twitter with Eri and Overhaul. It's going to be one of those three. But knowing there's probably something that you don't even think that it doesn't see coming, man. I don't know. Or maybe they'll probably bitch about Mineta staring at Mina's boobs. What? They'll probably bitch about that. Anyway, I'm trying to continue. I'm going to end this right here before this video ends up going 30 minutes again. So yeah, let's just jump right into the episode, man, because this episode was fucking amazing. So we start this episode off. You got the normal recap, which actually the recap was actually different this time. Instead of it being the usual, 80% of the population has a quirk, yada yada yada. Instead, he actually goes over a little bit more about the quirk studies, about the hero studies, about how you need a provisional license. You need a provisional license, and you go over to different agencies, and you go, and you work for them for a bit. And then depending on how well you do, you can then become their sidekicks or be scouted by other heroes that are always on the lookout. So then we got the OP, and then we start the episode. So last time we saw Izuku impersonating All Might, and I love that Justin also deepens his voice trying to sound like Chris Sauer. My name is Izuku Midoriya. Great stuff, man. And then Dai-Dai's like, the nerve. He's like, do you think this is a joke? No, I guess not. I like how his voice is getting a little higher now. He's not trying to put it at Chris anymore. I love it. It's like, you decided to do this blasphemous impersonation in front of his former sidekick. And he puts his hand towards Izuku. He's like, your wrinkles are all wrong. All Might's wrinkles are nothing like this. In the beginning, they were 0.6 centimeters long, you fucking idiot. And from the Silver Age and beyond, they were 0.8 millimeters long. 0.8! Even unlicensed merchandise masks have the correct wrinkles in the correct era. But you don't even know that much. And you call yourself an All Might fan. Fuck! You can see yourself out. And then he goes about the Vinegar River incident. And it's for Horikoshi's imagination, man. It's great stuff. So in this incident, you had this kid who had the ability to change the properties of water. And so what happened was the kid was drowned, and he turned the river he was in into straight up vinegar. Horikoshi come up with the shit, man. So then, nobody's trying to get in there because, it's fucking vinegar and they can't swim. All Might comes to me like, Hope has arrived! Why is that? Because I am here. I love Chris Sabat as Almond Man. Like, I swear to God. Oh, man, it's a fucking goat, man. I love Chris Sabat. So he goes in there, saves the kid. Obviously, the vinegar got his eyes. He's like, oh, this stings. And then he's like, and then he said that was the look, that the narrow eyes, that's the look he was presenting. Which, on the figures you say that, I don't even know where the hell I'm supposed to look because they all look the same? About the wrinkles? Like, or was no, I think it was 0.6 centimeters long, 0.8 centimeters long. I don't think it was 0.8 millimeters. It might have been millimeters. I don't know. But whatever the case may be. So he goes in there, his eyes got his eyes, he's, the dude's apologizing and everything. And then he's, like, at this point, Izuku is straight up fanboy. And also, there's also another part where Izuku notices that how Night Owl's room is completely covered with All Might shit. And then he sees the 10th... I fucking love Izuku, man. He sees the 10th anniversary All Might post that was never sold to the public. My man Justin, man, that man's fucking amazing as Izuku. He's like, that's the 10th anniversary post that was never sold to the public. I want it! Oh yeah, man, I love this show. So Night Eye continues on. He's like, yeah, I heard about that event. That was, even though he tells him that was before his time when he was, All Might sidekick. And then he tells him, that his one-liner was the best, where he says, "Oh, my skin feels 10 years younger." At this point, Izuku, these fucking nerds, man. Izuku and Night Owl just start fanboying about All Might, man. I swear, these fucking nerds. Anyway, so Togata goes over to release Bubble Girl from her captivity, from the tickle machine. Oh, the horror of that machine. How dare Horikoshi put that in there? How dare he? Seriously, am I asking too much for 1 week where there isn't bitching and complaining? Am I asking too much for 1 week? 1 week? Anyway, so Izuku and All Might, they keep not Izuku and All Might, Izuku and Night Owl keep going, and Togata gets her out of the machine, and so Night Eye asked him, tells him about that. He tells him, he tells him he wants to, work for him. Go for the training, go for the hero study. Tells him about some of the rules, like about how he needs to fill out a contract. He's like, oh yeah, I got one. He's like, don't interrupt me while I'm speaking. And he also tells him about how that he's gonna have to work with him for about 4 months. So that means his academics will probably have to slip, a bit for that, but and so because there's a lot of responsibility goes on with this stuff, and this is what with the internships they were pretty much just doing little small. So this time they're getting into the real nitty gritty kind of things of these work studies. So then he brings the stamp all the way up, and then dramatically slams it down that would give Death Note a run for its money, and it doesn't hit the contract at all. It's hit his desk. This guy stands there for a second. Izuku is just holding his breath, being like, I think you missed. Because I am not approving this. And Lou just does this for like the rest of the conversation. I just found it hilarious. He's like, because I am not approving this. I understand how this could benefit you, but how can this benefit my agency? I already have 2 sidekicks and 1 work study already employed. So why should I sign you? What can you do to benefit me? What could you do to bring to society? You should be able to answer these questions unequivocally. Minaro, Bubble Girl, outside. So they go outside, and Bubble Girl actually asks if Togata had to go through any hoops to get signed. And he says that that Sir Night asked for him specifically, so he didn't need to jump through a bunch of hoops. And so she's like, "Well, you must really be his golden boy. I can't believe I'm jealous of a high school kid." So they leave. Togata's a little worried about Izuku, whether or not he's going to be able to get in there. And he also he also mentions that Izuku, that he has to fight that now he has to bring forth, tells his action to show Izuku he's made of through actions, not words. So they're gonna. So it's a sense. So then Mr. Nine takes a cue out of Kakashi's playbook, and we essentially tells him to take this stamp away from him and have him sign the contract himself, i.e. the bell test from from Naruto, which I'm like, alright, so what you definitely can see the Naruto inspiration here and Hiroaka here. That's definitely what happened to the first arc of season 3 with Shota. Shota was so obviously based off the kid that was in the first arc of Naruto. The kid that where his his father figure died and was crucified. So, and which also one thing, before we jump right into the actual fight itself and we learn about Night Eye's quirk, I gotta give a huge shout out to Brandon McNinnis. He is the voice of Sir Knight. I already mentioned to you guys how he's like like married to J. Michael Tatum. I was kind of wondering like how much dub experience this guy has because I've never heard this guy's voice until now. And he's also been in a few other animes I've seen dubs of, like he was in 91 Days, Aka 13, Citrus, and a couple other ones I've seen in Dr. Stone. He voices Gen, and he voices a bunch of other characters, but I never knew him by name. And I gotta say, this man is fucking amazing as Sir Night-Eye. Like, his voice is great, the acting is fantastic, man. Like, man, this fucking dub cast, man. Hero Walk is without doubt one of my favorite dubs of all time, man. This dub is just so good. I love the cast of it. It's just so good, man. So great. I love this cast. Anyway. So like he was just so he was so good, especially right here in this fight, right here. This man was fucking amazing, man. I loved every second this man was on screen. I love Sir Night-Eye. He's honestly, after this episode, has become one of my favorite characters in Hero Walker. Like, I would probably put him in like my top 5 favorite Hero Walker characters. He's that good. Just after this one episode, I'll get into why in a second because this man's a fucking badass here. So he gets out, tells him he's going to show him what he's made of through actions, not words. So he tells him, get the pendant, to get the stamp out of him. So then Izuku's like, his quirk is, and puts on One for All Full Cali, but he doesn't say what the quirk is just yet. Still kind of, Horikoshi's still kind of leaving us in suspense for a little bit. We also go back to Bubble Girl and Togata right quick. Man grabs himself some canned coffee. I swear, Japan loves their coffee. I've noticed that throughout my like about three or 4 years of watching it. Yeah, my 3 years of watching anime, I've noticed Japan loves canned coffee. I can't fucking say it. I've tried coffee before, man. I can't fucking drink that shit. I don't know how y'all drink it, but it's an acquired taste apparently. So excuse me. Anyway, so he goes over, so then, Izuku, so he puts on full Cali, and he's about to join. So then he charges right towards, he says, a jump charge, but it's a fake and a failed grab. And so then he literally fakes it, goes for the grab, but he misses it because, Sir Night-Eye moves out of the way. And then he goes for an overhead jump with another failed attempt. I'm just like, because I knew what his quirk was beforehand, because of the video I mentioned before from Nico B, which I'll talk more about that when we actually get to Sir Night-Eye's backstory and stuff, which I think we're going to see in that next week. So look forward to that. Anyway. So then from there, Izuku to him. So then, you got President Mike coming in there being like, Sir Night-Eye, his quirk, foresight. After touching someone and making eye contact with them, he can see their choices for the next hour. It's like he can see their every move. He's like, but the activation codes are secrets. And so from there, Izuku just tries to desperately grab. He tries to throw his bag at him, trying to distract him, trying to get this back, but to no avail. And Sir Night-Eye just dodges all his attacks and just keeps predicting his movements, man. It's so badass. This is so badass. He's predicting his movements, and this one was right here. I loved. He steps back, and Izuku steps back. He looks nervous, knowing that he cannot defeat my foresight. And that was probably one of my moments. That was probably one of the most badass moments of the fucking show. Period. That was so badass. That's some hype shit, man. I love Sir Night-Eye, man. Anyway, so then from here, Sir Night-Eye just buries Izuku, man. I had high expectations for you till now. You have the power to become a symbol, yet you're mediocre. Which I gotta say, I love the direction here, where the background around Night-Eye is dimmed, but he's a lot brighter, like there's a spotlight on top of him. It looks really, really cool. I gotta give props to the episode director for this one. It looked really, really cool. Anyway. Villains are getting restless. A pity. All Might chose wrong after all. Mario should have inherited the power. Izuku's like, whoa, what are you talking about? Don't get me wrong, I love and respect All Might, but why did he choose you over you? How could you succeed him? And from here, we just kind of focus on Izuku as he's trying to process all this information, where he realizes, even though remember, because All Might's been on this journey for a decent time. I mean, the whole reason why he came to UA was to find the next inheritor for One for All, because we know he was getting close to retirement. And we all know them, and we've recently found out, and probably since season 3, probably, and this is probably like that with the manga originally when they first saw Mirio as well. We all kind of assumed that he was probably going to be the one that was originally going to meant to inherit one for. I mean, just look at him. He kind of looks like him, similar design, looks pretty similar, similar personalities, and they both have bitchin' suits. Like, oh my god, I love Mirio. I've mentioned this before, but I love Togeta's suit with like the 1 million on it. It looks so fucking cool, man. I love it. I love his design. So anyway, so yeah, he's like trying things to say, about all that, and it's like, how many were there before me? Does he even know about this whole? Does he even know he was meant to inherit One for All? And if does All Might even know about this? And if he so, why didn't he say anything about this beforehand about what's happening? Which I really gonna be like, that's probably the one thing that I'm probably most looking forward to season 4 is gonna be the relationship between Izuku and Togeta. And how it's going to work, because we know, because starting here, Izuku knows that Togeta is the one that was originally meant to inherit One for All, not him, but of course All Might chose him over Togeta. Why is that? And I'm really curious to what that's going to happen with Izuku, like what's going to happen with the relationship. Is Izuku going to be second guessing himself a lot? Will there be a time where Izuku almost legit considers giving him One for All? I'm really curious how this is going to turn out and what's going to happen with Mirio and Izuku's relationship. It's probably going to be one of the best parts of Season 4, and it's going to give you a shit ton of character development for both Izuku and Togeta here in this season, and I can't wait. Like, I was already hyped for the season for Overhaul, and just seeing some of the other like kind of panels and stuff I saw from the season, but with this stuff going on with Togeta, man, I'm even more hyped to see what's going to happen between him and Izuku, because we know Togeta's going to be a main focus of Season 4. He's all over the posters, he's all over the marketing, he's all over everything when it comes to Season 4. So I'm curious to see how the relationship is going to turn out, and what's going to happen with that, like with Izuku knowing that he, like, I wouldn't be surprised that almost kind of similar happens to what happened in Far From Home between Spidey and Mysterio. Obviously, Togeta isn't going to turn evil. I mean, maybe he will. Maybe he's a traitor for all I know. I don't know. But anyway, something like that could happen, but not probably like that, but just that whole second guessing, like, am I really worthy of this? Am I really worthy of this power that's so gave? Like with Peter, it was the glasses. Is he ready to become the next Iron Man because of Edith? And with Izuku, it's going to be all over. Is he really the one that should have inherited One for All? Did All Might actually choose wrong? Should he have just given it to Togeta and not Izuku? It's going to be very interesting, and I can't wait to see more of this. Anyway, Izuku's just kind of sitting there. The clock is ticking, because I don't think I mentioned this before, but Izuku only has a 3-minute time limit to get the stamp out there. He's like, are you just going to sit there frozen, or are you getting tired, running out of ideas? I was honestly a bit curious when Mirio said he was going to introduce you, but now I see it was a waste of time. There is someone far more qualified to inherit One for All than you. As such, I cannot acknowledge you. This lights a fire. The man clenches it, and I love the background that like completely turns green while he charges up One for All. Man, it looks so fucking cool. And from there, he just starts doing. He takes it to Grant's wrist, pilot, and just starts bouncing around the room like a madman. Like he's in a pinball machine. Bing, 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 bing. And also pay attention to where Izuku lands. He never hits any of the things that has anywhere near any of the All Might stuff. Keep that in mind. That's gonna be important for later. And my God, man, the music right here is phenomenal. Like Justin Briner's voice, I sort of right here, like when he started to jump, he was like, "He chose me to inherit his power. I swear to you, I'll take it from you." I'm like, "Yo," and like I'll make you acknowledge me. I'm like, "Yo." The music. Oh, I can't. Thankfully, the OST is dropped on Spotify now here in the States, so you can listen to it. I can't wait for the season 4 OST drop because I'm gonna download this song. And I think there was another song in this episode that I also really liked. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna add to a playlist, man. Because this music fucking fire, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so Izuku tries to jump over Johnny, doing the Gran Torino thing. He tries to grab one. He lands. Obviously, certain he dodges it. He's like Gran Torino style, but you're a mere shadow of the original. And I love this, I love this angle right here. Like it's like right above Izuku, like a little bit of an angle, where it just kind of zooms. It's almost like that, the I'm about to go insane, like camera angle you see there. Yeah, he's like in Steins Gate, I think it did it. Attack on Titan did it. Ava, obviously, that was the famously, the I'm about to go insane camera angle. And from there, he tries various different methods. One time he tries to grab it from he jumps from the wall and he tries to go over to grab. He goes over to Sir Night Eye. He missed. It looks like Izuku could have probably grabbed the thing, but he didn't. He kind of like, because he grabs like this little like a bookshelf and just throws it over there, and he says, books are flying. He says, sorry, but I know you said not to worry about the room. So he starts trying to think of a strategy how to take out Sir Night Eye, because we know about his quirk. He can see that depending on the conditions are met, he can see anything for an hour. He can pretty much see everything. He can pretty much see what they can see. He can pretty much see their future choices as lost. So he's like, what is that? Does he mean like? What does he mean? Why did he phrase like that? So he tries putting these in there, trying to distract him. Like he can't really see Izuku directly, so maybe his quirk won't work. I love that his eye kind of turns black like a purple pupil that's kind of like looks like a discish, or it's kind of like computerish. I love the look of it, man. It looks so cool. Anyway, Izuku tries that. Sir Night Eye dodges it, and Izuku comes careening into the wall, and you see this little blood streak follow down him as he tries, and Izuku lands slumped over, just like Sir Night Eye said, man. Yeah, this man's a fucking badass. I know a lot of people thinking that this ability is overpowered as hell, is OP as hell. It's not. You will see in him. You will see. Maybe next week you'll see it. I'm just gonna put that out right now, ladies and gentlemen. For you, I don't know this ability. Yes, it sounds OP, but the way Horikoshi. The way how Horikoshi does it, it's fucking ingenious, man. It's fucking ingenious. You just wait, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, so then he tells him that he lost because he got tired, and Izuku says that's not it. He's like, then what was it? He said that he was going to land on the 10th anniversary pearls that was never for sale. Yes, Izuku was more concerned about the poster. He lost because he didn't want to ruin the poster. I fucking love this kid, man. I love Izuku. Anyway, and then he's like, don't tell me. And then he looks around. You see Izuku's footprints all over the place, but never does he ever make any direct contact with anything all metal. Not any of the posters, not any of the like cardboard cutouts. Nothing. All of them are pristine, never been touched. Izuku thought of a strategy to get the stamp back, while also keeping in mind his surroundings to make sure he doesn't hit any of the All Might stuff. And from there, Togata comes in there along with Bubble Girl. He says that he's going to join. That he's going to take the kid in, and Izuku's like, wait, what? But I didn't take it. But he said, yeah, but just because you didn't grab it didn't mean I was going to fail you. And then he says, I was going to bring you anyway but I wanted to see for myself. I knew you weren't completely devoid of intellect and strength. Or a strategy and intellect, but I wanted to see for myself. He essentially just wanted to test Izuku to just see if he was just to see how he is, which, So he stabs him in there. We head over back to UA, and from there we get. So then everyone said, congratulate Izuku, like, well done, Izuku, man, you did it, congratulations. He shakes Ida's hand. They have a little bit of a handshake. Then some of the others are talking about what's going on. About, that they're all, man, man, we can't talk Izuku, man, he's with Sir Night Eye. That's, everyone's kind of, a little jealous. They're like, man, how can we top that? But anyway, so, they're talking about, some of the other places we can go. Uraraka mentions how she can't use to go to, Gunhead, I think the dude's name was, because he doesn't have enough interns. Sue can't go to the place she was back in Season 2 because, same thing. Kirishima can't even go to the one he was into in Season 2, along with Tetsu because he doesn't even take interns. Or doesn't take anyone for the internships. Or for the hero studies, excuse me. And so they're like, oh man, how are we going to do this? And they're like, man, this damn makes it impossible to find this. But then, Ojiro says, like, hey man, with the amount that happens, like, it's their responsibility if anything happens to us. And so, Ayazawa comes in there and he tells Tokoyami that actually the third ranked hero, Hawk, wants to talk to him. Now, you guys know me. I mentioned before, but I'm an anime only. But since because I do follow because I am subscribed to Chibi Review as well as a couple other guys that do talk about the manga, I know vaguely little bits and pieces of what happens to the manga. I know Hawk becomes pretty relevant. I know Hawk has become pretty relevant in the manga right now, Like either like he got like I think he really came in like recently, or he was like around during the Endeavor Redemption arc kind of stuff. He's recently, I know he was had a pretty pivotal focus in the manga recently, and I think even in the latest data book, you know, the one that had the Kubo interview in it, they even mentioned, it even says what his real name is. Like they reveal what his name is in there. So I'm not gonna say any more what I think happens because I just don't want to risk spoiling any of y'all because I don't even know if what I'm saying is doing right, but you know. Tokoyami, he obviously agrees. He's like, you know, thank you. And then says and then says that Kirishima, that not Sasuke, aka Takamaki Ajiki, wants to talk to him. And that Uraraka, and then tells Uraraka, and then, I love, oh, no. Right when Todoroki catches wind of what Izuku, you know, he's going over to Night Eye's agency, he's like, man, we need to catch up. And Bakugo's just like, and then with Kirishima, oh no, he says the gap is getting bigger and bigger, that we need to catch up. And then when Kirishima gets told that he wants another one, the Big Three wants him, he says, we really need to catch up. Will you shut up? And then once Uraraka and Kitsu get to it, then when he gets about Uraraka and Kitsu, he says, we really, will you shut up? Clifford Champa, man, that man is a fucking legend, man. I love him as Bakugo. The man is a fucking legend. So anyway, the Big Three want them. Kirishima's like, the fucking I ain't waiting anymore. So he just goes over to the third rear door to know what the hell's going on. Uraraka and Sue also follow Sue. I want to know, how does Monoko Real do her Sue with? Is it done in post? Does she do it all herself? Like, how is it done? How does she get that distinct froggy sound of it? Like, hey, my name is Sue. Like, I can't even really do it right. I swear that something has to be done in post. Either that or she is a master with changing her vocal cords. I don't know how she does it, but man, it's impressive. Anyway, so then we see a shot all night before we head back to Sir Night Eye's agency. We head over there, and he pretty much says that they're on this mission, that they're on surveillance mission to find out more about Overhaul, that they're working in more of a gray area, but it's kind of blackish, but they can't go straight up, accuse them of villains or anything, so they're just keeping an eye on him, essentially. And they also mention how he recently was working with the League of Villains, and that's pretty much where the episode ends. He also mentions that Izuku and Togata will. Oh no! One thing I forgot to mention: when Sir Night Eye hands Izuku the stamp, he says that even with All Might's mandate, you are not worthy of the power. So pretty much, Sir Night Eye accepted him, trying to get him to get rid of the power, to get rid of All for One or One for All to Togata. At least that's how it seems right now. What I wouldn't be surprised what's actually happening is he's gonna now maybe he does actually believe that. And he wants Togata to get the power instead, but I wouldn't be surprised also as a singer is to help him get stronger, to make him earn the power, at least in his eyes. Which I think that could be really cool if that's the direction Horikoshi's going with. So he puts Izuku and Togata on one team, and Bubble Girl is going to be working with Sir Night Eye, and that is where the episode ends. So. And then right here I mentioned before, I was like, oh man, where's Eri? Y'all were sharing screenshots of her on Twitter. Where the fuck is she? So then we get post-credit scene. We see this first-person perspective of her just running out of this alleyway. She's running. And I tried to look up who voices her in the English dub. Couldn't find any voice cast. Couldn't find out who voiced her yet. So I guess Funimation hasn't announced it yet. So, yeah. So she's running. She runs right into Izuku. And, she's like, hey man, how are you? What are you doing here? And she's trembling. She's like, and Izuku's like, why is she trembling so much? And then Overhaul comes out of the shadows, and he pretty much just tells Eri, come on, let's go home. And the look on Izuku's face when he sees Overhaul, man, it's oh my god, this man, this is gonna be amazing, man. So yeah, that is pretty much where the episode ends. The next episode preview was amazing. I can't wait to see what next. This is gonna be the darkest season yet. She mentioned this in a review, and after I looked up how old Eri is, I thought she was like 12ish. She's actually only 6. Oh Lord, the SJWs are gonna have a fucking frenzy with this one. I'm hyped, man. It's gonna be epic. So yeah, not much more I can say about this episode, man, other than it was just fucking fantastic. I loved it. Can't wait for next week. So yeah, kept the time video under 30 minutes too. So anyway, overall, I give this episode a 10 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag, at least down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's too catty,